Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Chainlink, aka Link. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, as the market does what it does, I am still expecting some nice low price action on a few altcoin gems. On the 7-day span, though, we have been seeing SNX actually pumping 100%, Uniswap pumping, almost 34%, and this is why I have been paying attention to the DeFi sector greatly on this dip. I think that in terms of DeFi tokens, this is going to be an area where we should really kind of be focusing on greatly, just in regards to the top 10 area, right? We should really kind of be looking at Avalanche. I think that Avalanche is severely oversold. Uniswap also looks pretty good. We've been addressing Uniswap for a little bit of time. I just recently bought Uniswap around like the $3.80 zone, so maybe wait for it to come down, as 34% in 7 days is a little bit unsustainable. And of course Chainlink, right? I'm mentioning Chainlink almost every single day almost. I know that I've been talking to you guys about Chainlink for a while simply because of the upside potential on this one as well. We are still waiting to see if we get our demand zone area back here, like roughly around like $3 to $5. We are waiting patiently for those levels to truly ape in, but I have been taking positions on Link and accumulating around this range. I think that this is the perfect moment in time to really kind of accumulate a lot of these DeFi gems, as they do have incredible potential going forward. So, with that in mind, let's talk about a few things happening within the Chainlink ecosystem, not only from a growth standpoint, but also adoption standpoint. So first off, from Sergey Nazarov, we do see many great Chainlink meetups happening all over. Come learn about how to build a world powered by cryptographic truth, then build it and make new friends. And I think that this is great from a community standpoint, but also from a developer standpoint and adoption standpoint. I think that this is awesome. I think that when we talk about marketing, this is basically what I want to see. And I love the fact that Chainlink just continues to grow. Like, no matter what the market sentiment is, we just see continuous growth and demand happening. I love to see them just build, right? And this is also taking me back to where I originally said, when we really kind of look at crypto, and we can really kind of reevaluate our portfolio during these times. You want to pick up projects that are not only severely over or undervalued, but also continuously building. The market sentiment does not matter to them. They will continue to move forward and move through the noise. And I love to see this little diagram that they're showing here, like the evolution of the internet. They're talking about Web 3.0, Bitcoin, smart contracts, wallets, trust minimized, or I guess I don't know what they're saying here. I think this says minimized. I'm pretty sure it is. Blockchain, oracles, tokens, and open source. And yes, this is exactly what we have been really kind of waiting for in terms of like Web3. I think that Web3 is going to be huge, especially when you really kind of look at the possibilities for oracles, interoperability as well. Like, it's truly going to be something special. And I do think that Chainlink will be at the forefront of that as well, especially if you look at like the Internet of Things. I think that they're doing some solid things within that area. Now also, talking about adoption and growth, they have been posting these daily wrap-ups for a little bit of time now, and we do see new integrations almost every single day. Remember that the ecosystem for Chainlink is over like 1,300 plus projects, but we do see new integrations across Avalanche, BNB Chain, and Polygon, ApeSwap, BetSwirl, Trader Joe, XYZ, and of course you do see like the category in which they are utilizing, like Keepers, VRF, and then of course we do see automated DeFi transactions, reliable reward distribution, verifiably random NFTs as well. And like I said, if you go to their media, they have these daily wrap-ups on, of course, the daily, but it really kind of proves like how fast they are growing. Like, here was another daily wrap-up. This one there was only 2, but Fruit Basket FBC, randomly selected lucky draw winners, accurately calculating exchange rates on MEXC Global as well. And like I said, happening every single day. For an example, they even have like an adoption update from the 19th this week. There were 22 integrations of 4 Chainlink services across 5 different chains: Avalanche, BNB Chain, Ethereum, Moonbeam, and Polygon. It's truly remarkable. Honestly, like, Chainlink is always building. They truly are always building. It's insane. It truly is insane. And also, they just released their Chainlink Node Software v1.5.0, and this includes, several security improvements, new configuration options, and increased support for running multiple chains on a single node. Like I said, constantly growing. They do not care about the market sentiment, and you love to see it. I also want to share with you guys this quick video from Sergey, actually. It says more smart contracts need more decentralized services. Listen closely.
There are 3 key initiatives that are being planned for the Chainlink network and that are being planned for the coming year. Those key initiatives are the release of CCIP, the release of staking, and the solidification of Chainlink as an abstraction layer for enterprises.
And I want to mention that last part. So he said, the inception of basically, Chainlink becoming the abstraction layer for enterprises. And what does that mean? Well, there's this entire article from March 9th this year talking about Chainlink for enterprises, the gateway to all blockchains. Now, they are mentioning, some markets that are going to grow. For example, smart contracts are primed to become the dominant form of digital agreement because they enable more efficiency with less counterparty risk. Analysts already see huge opportunity across several smart contract-based markets, as evidenced by the NFT market surpassing $40 billion in value in 2021, the addressable market of the metaverse being estimated at $8 trillion, and blockchain adoption in capital markets projected to reach $27 trillion as early as 2027. They're talking about, key roles that, enterprises basically have to play: monetizing data and API services that enable smart contracts, operating back-end infrastructure that provides computation for smart contracts, building smart contracts that support new and existing business processes, and launching consumer interfaces that allow users to access smart contract applications on any blockchain. Now, it's funny because they have a few diagrams here. So here's the first one, and then here's the value of smart contracts as well, followed by, their smart contract value. And I'm just bringing these images up just to kind of show you guys a few of these diagrams and kind of explain it. There's obviously a bunch of things to really kind of read into in this article. It's truly something massive when you really kind of look at it, but we're definitely going to be seeing some large growth numbers behind Chainlink. And this is also why I've said, we really need to focus on what Chainlink is actually doing because the, smart contract economy is going to be fairly large. So here we have the first diagram. So here's the enterprise grade area. You also do see consumer, right? So we have enterprise to data and APIs, monetize new or existing smart contracts for consumption by, or existing services, for consumption by smart contract applications, smart contract infrastructure, operate backend blockchain and Oracle infrastructure that executes computation for smart contract applications. And we do see smart contract applications, DeFi, NFTs, metaverse, asset tokenization, parametric insurance, carbon credits, supply chain, create smart contract applications for internal or consumer-facing products or purposes. And then we do see the consumer over here. And this is where the consumer will basically be bridged or, gateway to smart contracts on any blockchain. And you're seeing that, right, through all of these areas, right? You're going to be seeing DeFi, NFTs, metaverse. A lot of these areas are not only consumer-centric, but you also do see enterprises being at the forefront of this. And I think that smart contracts allow for that major gateway to be made. And yes, I think that when we really kind of talk about the retail, consumer, if you will, they will also drive prices greatly similar to financial institutions and even the enterprise grade area. But this is awesome to see because, again, this really kind of puts a spotlight on how key smart contracts will be for a lot of these areas. So you love to see that. Now, also, they're showing you guys here highly siloed transactional and asset data. Looks pretty messy, right? Here's the enterprise. The enterprise is at the center for this. And then, of course, you do see a large area of demand within the banking scene and things like that. But then we do see here single source transactions are efficient and secure through, again, smart contracts, all through a single source smart contract itself. This is great. Looks a lot more cleaner, looks a lot more, frictionless, if you will, and more efficient than compared to the traditional area. I love to see this as well. This is putting, smart contracts at the forefront of transactions. Then we follow it up with the smart contract value. So here we have a few areas to focus on. So first off, automated records, trustworthy automation, trustworthy records as well. And then we do see shareable record, parametric / data driven. So, data sources. This is also for weather, things like that. Also finance, money, even devices like the Internet of Things, things like that. And then you do see down here the trust minimized smart contract computation. So this is basically one massive bridge between the smart contract itself to everything that we basically see on the screen in terms of shareable records, parametric data driven, and then trust minimized smart contract computation. which leads me to this market data, Chainlink network, price reference feeds, and then we do see like the user, loan, and liquidator. Price feeds ensure proper collateralization during loan issuance, and determines liquidation events. So this is great for many areas within finance as well. Like price reference feeds are huge, especially in terms of like liquidity and loan areas, which again kind of takes me to like finance itself. There's a large amount of use cases within finance that Chainlink could essentially disrupt. And then, of course, we do see off-chain data and computation, and then on-chain data and computation. Again, really kind of bridging the gap between traditional payments, enterprise systems, external data, Chainlink decentralized services, all bridging it to smart contract platforms, which are built on a large amount of these networks. I don't believe Terra should be there anymore, as you guys are probably all aware. But again, a large amount of these names, like for example, like Hedera, or like even Hyperledger, these are focused on some major large enterprises. So I could definitely see the bridge happening here when you really kind of look at like enterprise grade systems and then you look at data. Remember, when I talked to you guys a little bit about DAG or Constellation, I said that data is essentially becoming the new oil, and that is really kind of the truth. And last but not least here, we do see off-chain data, Chainlink nodes, reference contracts, and user contracts. Very similar to this as well. But this is basically all the real world use cases. You do see like sports here, health, cryptocurrencies in general. You see weather. I mean, there's so much here. You even see like gold, right? Now, this is like data in terms of like it's not on the blockchain. Then you do see like the Chainlink nodes. So this is going to be interconnected. You see some names here, for an example, like T-Mobile Systems. You see AccuWeather, Swisscom, etc. And then this is going to be connected through like the reference contracts. High quality data, highly responsive, and quality guarantees, all connected to user contracts as well within a large amount of these major networks. Of course, you guys can see a lot of them. Like for example, I see like Phantom, etc. So again, this is like direct connection to real world applications, to the blockchain applications. And last but not least, of course, we do see, the Internet of Things devices, which again is something to really kind of, pay attention to. This is also talking more so about like carbon emissions tracking solution as well. We do see like the Chainlink network itself. And then, of course, like this is the IoT devices, Chainlink Oracle's Quarry IoT devices, endpoints for carbon emissions data. Real-world carbon emissions data is returned and aggregated. Carbon emissions data is published on-chain, and of course, you see like customers, investors, auditors, the company's emissions can be verified and checked against the carbon credit balance by anybody on-chain, creating enhanced transparency around their environmentally sustainable practices. Like I said, when we really kind of look at data, we look at just use cases around like some large areas in terms of like the enterprise grade area. Chainlink is becoming the giant here, and I love to see this from a perspective on like just how fast Chainlink has grown in like the last few years. Like honestly, their ecosystem alone is truly remarkable, especially if you look at like the time frame that it really kind of built it out in. But they are definitely coming after some large amounts of money here. I mean, like technically speaking, even like the metaverse at $8 trillion is something to focus on, and also like in general for like capital markets and blockchain adoption, like $27 trillion, like this is huge. This is $35 trillion in total. And yes, I do think that Chainlink will have a huge role to play within that. In terms of like this market going forward, like crypto has barely like scratched the surface. Like we're under a $900 billion market cap, and it's truly something remarkable to note that like comparing it to even traditional markets, like we are severely undervalued. Like there is a large amount of growth here still for some of these major platforms and also projects, and Chainlink definitely is one of them. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.